I don't have a lot of time to film this one, so I need to like pick up the pace. Hi guys, and welcome back to a new episode of Book It. Today we are going to be continuing on with our Breathless trilogy. We are talking about Fever. It is the second book in the Breathless trilogy by Maya Banks, which follows along a story of 3 wealthy billionaires, all told from their different perspectives. The first one we talked about was Rush, which was about Jace Crestwell and Mia Crestwell, Gabe Hamilton. And now we're moving on down the line to Jace Crestwell, which, surprisingly enough, Mia's brother. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. So this book takes place in the same universe as the other one. And then Burn is the third book, which also takes place in the universe as well. So this one focuses on Jace Crestwell, which is the brother of Mia, and how he falls in love with a girl named Bethany once they meet. So the thing about Jace that we all have to remember is that Jace and Ash like to share everything, including women. They have never done separate like things. They always do their thing together, which is, I picture them as like super like hot billionaire, hot like, so I don't judge that. But they meet Bethany at a banquet dinner. She is working as a server, and they decide to take her back to one of their hotels that they own, since they're in the hotel industry. And while they are doing the dirty, we end up finding out that Jace actually does not like that they are doing the dirty with her, and he gets very jealous of Ash, and he wants Ash out of the room as quickly as possible, which Ash ends up like, you know, doing his thing, and then just being like, all right, deuces, and leaving the room as he always does, and Jace usually escorts them out, but he lets her stay the night with them. When they wake up in the morning, they realize, oh, Bethany's gone. What are they going to do? Jace decides to track her down because he does not know where she is, and he wants more of her. So he tracks her down, finding out that she is actually, in fact, homeless, and that she stayed with them the night before in a hotel, not because she wanted to, but because she didn't have a place to sleep that night. Which is very sad. So we learned that she actually has a brother. His name is Jack, where she basically takes care of him. He gets a lot of like mixed up in like really dark, bad things, and she always somehow has to bail him out, even though they're not really related. They grew up together in the system, which is kind of cute, but whatever. And that she bounces from homeless shelter to homeless shelter, and some nights when she doesn't have a place to stay, she will just sleep outside. She does random odd jobs trying to make some money any way she can. It's a very, very, very sad. But he tracks her down, and he tells her how he feels and that he wants to be with her and around her at all times. He even lets her stay at his sister's apartment, since Mia and Gabe are off, you know, being engaged, you know, in love, whatever. We all remember that from the first book where they're all together. If you haven't, while I'm speaking about my first book, if you haven't seen my first video I did, go on back and watch Rush. But yeah, this is like the building on, we're doing building blocks right now. So they end up taking Bethany to a dinner that he has like with, you know, Gabe and Mia and Ash and all them. And Ash is very happy to see her once again. She thinks it's kind of awkward because she did sleep with both of them, but they make it well aware that, like, you know, we're cool with you being here. You should be cool with us. But she feels very unwelcome because they are all extremely wealthy, and she has always grown up very poor. So she feels very unwelcome at dinner and everything, which is very sad. And ends up leaving. We then see that later on, Jack gets into some more trouble, which is amazing. And whenever Jace tries to like buy him out, like give him money to like get the hell away from her, Jack always returns because he knows Bethany has a soft spot for him. So he gets into some trouble, and Bethany gets severely injured, which causes Jace to lose his ever-loving mind. He does go on a couple sprees, which are kind of violent. But they have some too rocky instances, especially when the idea of Jack still expects Bethany to help him out. And they're always there for them. My favorite quote is after, you know, Jack manipulates Bethany again and does end up taking money from her again, even though she doesn't have anything to give. He says, Jesus, Bethany, how long are you going to allow him to manipulate you until someone kills you? What is it going to take for you to wake up and see the truth staring in your face? That's one of their big fights that they have before they decide to go their separate ways for a little bit, until he realizes he cannot live without her, and she realizes that she actually is in love with him and not just for his money. I love this book. This is a 5 out of 5. I'm very biased on this series. This entire series was my first smut series I ever read. And it took me, I had the first book. I tracked down this one a few days later after I finished it. And then this book, I had to get like months later when I could finally find it. So I'm very biased of this series. So I gave this entire series, Rush and Fever are a 5 out of 5. I just really liked the whole thing. Sorry, my mom called. I don't even remember where we were at talking about this book. Maybe that I'm biased. I am biased on this first series I ever read. I really did love it. So this book overall is a 5 out of 5. The smut is a 4 out of 5. I don't know. It's just very hot and powerful. It's steamy, you know. And we get to see a side of Jace that we didn't get to see in the first book. The first book was all based on like his sister and how like he hated Gabe for all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So I went ahead and I'm currently, like right now, I'm on Goodreads right now, uploading my Goodreads thing. Just so I can, you know, have it completely up. It's a 5-star rating. And I just posted it. So go ahead and make sure you follow that down below. Just to see like, that's where like I put like my big thoughts and stuff, you know. It's not just like sometimes I just throw like little things here and there. Like when I did the Wicked Villain series, it was always just like, but these are actually like in depth. I actually wrote about these, which are very nice. I like lost my train of thought ever since my mom called me. My mom calls me and my entire train of thought goes out the window. But yes, Fever. I love this book. There is an ongoing plot that happens in this book as well. I'm going to talk about it more in the burn like video that I do because that's when it comes to like ahead. But like in this, in Fever, we learn that there's like a guy. You don't really like know about him a lot, but it's mentioned here and there. There's a guy that's following Bethany. But in the first book, he was also following Mia as well. So in the third book is where it like really comes to a head and you see like what the hell's actually going on. But you do get a little glimpse of that, of what's to come. So I'll talk about that big like plot thing in the next one. The burn video I think is going to be a longer video than this one is. But I still really enjoyed it. I really liked this book a lot. I would definitely recommend it to anybody. If you want to start reading like more smut. Like if you're still into like the fun, like, oh, romance, happy, love, cool. Do what you gotta do, read your books. But if you want more like hardcore sex, this is it. Also, this video is not for kids. If you're a child, please do not watch this video. Don't watch this entire series at all. But yes, I also haven't seen these books on Book Talk at all, which is really interesting because I'm on like the smutty side of Book Talk. I saw Rush like once or twice and that's it. So maybe I should make this one popular on Book Talk, just like throw the whole thing up there, make Maya Banks popular again. She's already very popular, but make her even more. But yes, that is it for Fever. The next one will be Burn. I should be recording that soon, if not now, if not in a few minutes, then in a few hours, hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, super excited that I'm back in making videos. I need to read faster. That's my issue, is that the reason I'm taking like time off is because I'm not reading fast enough. Or the books that I've read, I haven't annotated, so I can't. Either I need to read the books faster, or I need to reread my books so I can annotate them so I can have fun things to say about them. So that's cool. But it's whatever. It's fine. I'll figure it out. I always do. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also, comment something down below. It can be vaguely related to what's going on. And stay tuned. I will be having more videos coming out very soon. I do apologize again for taking another month break. But during that month, it was Christmas, Thanksgiving. I did travel a little bit. I'm going to be traveling again in January. Ugh. I say ugh as it's a terrible thing. I also hit 10K on TikTok, so go ahead and follow my TikTok as well, just because that's where I post a lot more things. That's where I'm active. Usually daily I'm active on there, unlike here where I have to sit down and then I have to make the video and then I have to edit the video and stuff like that. But I did just hit 10K on TikTok, so please go ahead and follow me over there so you can keep up with me on my day-to-day life. And until next time, bye!